Well, good morning. Let's flip this. Good morning. How is everybody doing out there today? I am had some trouble getting onto Periscope this morning, so I'm hoping that it will work. Nancy, I see you're on, so good. At least we're out there. It's been a little bit rainy and stormy here. Treasured Touch is on. Good to have you this morning. Janet, I see you're on. J.A. Bakes is on. And just Casey, Kim, Gina, I see you're on with Simply Creative. Hope you had a great weekend. You had snow. Terry, you're on with My Secret Garden up in Michigan. Awesome. And Janet says, at High Point today. Oh, fun. I bet that's a fun market to go to. I've never been. Connie, you're on. Good to have you today. We're going to actually talk about you a little bit. So, and Gina, you had a fashion show. I wonder how that went with all of your snow. So, we all have challenges, don't we? Whenever we're in retail or any other business. So today we're going to be talking about prioritizing and just starting at the top of that list and what should be on the top of that list. And, a little bit about why multitasking just doesn't seem to be working. So Corey Aspers, I think you're on. Good to have all of you guys. I am going to go live onto Facebook over here. And let's see, 3, 2, 1, and we will get started. So, whoops, there we go. Good morning. I think we're live on Facebook and we're live on Periscope, so here we go. And this scope is for small business owners. If you are passionate about what you do and just love getting out there every day, or maybe not every day, we all have days that are challenging, and so we are just going to, this is just live. We take it as it is, and it's boots on the ground in the trenches, retail and small business. So here we go. So I'm going to start today with a funny story. So last week I was driving home from a meeting and I had just several phone calls to return. I know you can all relate to that. So I was using my phone hands-free, of course, so I really didn't consider talking and driving to be multitasking. However, I was soon to find out that I wasn't paying as close of attention as I should have been. So I was in a conversation with a longtime friend and fellow retailer, Connie Gahn, and she's a regular listener on these episodes. She's the owner of Jean Allen's Gifts in Arlington, Texas. So I exited the interstate to stop for gas, and I pulled into a parking lot, and I continued our conversation because we were just about done talking, and I wanted to finish our thoughts. So when we finished, I got back on the road, and then I called my husband to let him know my ETA, only to get about a half a mile out of town on a busy highway, a very busy highway, and my car totally lost power. And I was still talking to my husband, so I was telling him what was happening with my car as it was happening. So I'm sure many of you have already guessed. Long story short, I had run out of gas because I was so involved in a conversation that I didn't hear all of the bells and whistles. Of course, the out of gas bell dings on the phone, and there's a light that should be flashing on my dash. I had missed all of that because I was just deeply involved in these conversations. So obviously, multitasking just did not work for me. So I thought that was pretty funny. Good way to start. So I heard a former college football coach telling a story about prioritizing his work. The head coach had called him into his office and asked what he was working on. So he rattled off a long list of items that he would be working with his players that day. So the more he talked, the more the head coach was getting frustrated. Finally, the head coach stopped him, told him to get out his legal pad and write those things down. Then he was to pick the top 3. Lastly, he was to pick the most important thing on that list and give that one item his full attention. What one item was going to make their team win this week's game? And I thought that was great advice. Our to-do lists for our days can just be a mile long, and I'm a list maker. I like to work off a list. I love that feeling of accomplishment. I have been guilty of putting things on my list after they're completed just so I can chalk them off, and I know I'm not the only one doing that. I see Flo and Steve are on. Good to have you here too today. So, take a look at your list. If you haven't made a list for today, take a look at that list. Make one and then take a look at it. And what are the top 2 or 3 items that only you can do? What items on that list can be delegated to a staff member? If you're doing things like going to the bank, going to the post office, running errands, that is something someone else can be doing. Your attention needs to be on your bottom line. What is going to move your business forward this week? So we're looking for a win in our business, just like the football coach is looking for a win this week with this week's game. So I am re-listening to the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. And here's some things that have been written about this book. So people are using this simple, powerful concept to focus on what matters in their personal and work lives. Companies are helping their employees be more productive with study groups, training, and coaching. Sales teams are boosting sales. Churches are using the book to conduct classes and recommending it from the pulpit. By focusing their energy on one thing at a time, people are living more rewarding lives by building their careers, strengthening their finances, losing weight, getting in shape, deepening their faith, and nurturing stronger marriages and personal relationships. So you want less, you want fewer distractions and less on your plate. The daily barrage of emails, texts, tweets, messages, and meetings distract you and stress you out. The simultaneous demands of work and family are taking a toll, and what's the cost? Second-rate work, missed deadlines, smaller paychecks, fewer promotions, and lots of stress, and you want more. So you want more productivity from your work, more income for a better lifestyle. You want more satisfaction from life, more time for yourself, for your family, and your friends. So, and they in the ads for the book, they're saying, now you can have both, less and more. In the one thing, you'll learn to cut through the clutter, achieve better results in less time, build momentum towards your goal, dial down the stress, overcome that overwhelmed feeling, revive your energy, stay on track, master what matters to you. So the one thing delivers extraordinary results in every area of your life: work, personal, family, and spiritual. So what's your one thing? I would just really encourage you to pick up this book, either read it or listen to it like I am on Audible. It's just a great reminder of the reasons that we need to prioritize and narrow down our focus area and give the boot to those intense multitasking things that we seem to do. So if you followed me for very long, you know that I work really hard to segment my work into themed work days. And so Monday is financial day. So if you're joining me, we'll be looking at bank statements, credit card accounts, doing payroll, working on open to buy. And I already had a call from Steve, I call him my CFO coach, because he is helping me to become, after 33 years, we all still need to be learning. And he is coaching me to become a chief financial officer of my own business. So we're going to be working on things that are finance related. So by getting the finances off the plate on Mondays, it just frees me up to work on other areas that I really enjoy working on. But if those tasks are not done, I can't concentrate on other things. So if you, last week we talked a lot about email marketing and the importance of getting that done. So if you missed those episodes, you can go back to vimeo.com/Vicki Adrian and check them out. And I also have a free cheat sheet to get your creative juices flowing. When you just don't know what to say or where to start in an email, if you have a list of things, it often will just trigger that. So I printed this out. I'm going to hold it up. Let's see. I would like to take a screenshot of that. There it is. Just take a screenshot and that way you can go right to that link. I will also post it over on our Facebook page, and that'll take you to this list to just get you started. So did everybody get that? Somebody took a picture. I see some green cameras floating on my screen. So take a picture, last chance. Here we go. Okay, put that down. So speaking of the importance of email, I would love to have you join our list. So if you're listening today and you're not already on the Remarkable Retailer email list, just take 30 seconds and join us. Go to www.remarkableretailer.com and click on my picture. It's on the right-hand side of the page, and we've got a free resource for you over there as well. So I love that you joined me here today. I hope that you got some value out of our few minutes that we've had together. I hope you'll take that yellow legal pad or whatever method you use to get your list written down. Give away as many tasks as you possibly can on that list, and concentrate on the top 2 or 3 items that you need to get done today so that your team and your business can have a win this week. Of course, we're always planning out for the future, but what's it going to take this week to have a win this week? And I will be back tomorrow morning to talk to you again about taking your business forward just one step at a time, one baby step at a time. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm going to say goodbye to our Facebook people. Bye, Facebook people. There we go. And Periscope, do you have any questions here this morning? Is there anything that I can help you with at all? Is there a subject that you would like us to be talking about in the next week or two that I can be working on? I've still had several people joining here at the very end, so I hope you'll go back and listen to the replay of this episode, which we were talking about just that prioritizing. And I think this is something we just need reminders of on a daily basis. I can get so distracted so easily by all of the things that come my way in a day. It could be mail, it can be emails that distract me. There's just all kinds of things. Customers, which we love. I love to go visit with the customers. But there's also some things that we absolutely must do in order to, because we're the responsible ones. We're the ones responsible for our business and for the future of our team members and of our businesses. So there's things that only you can do, and you need to get out there and get them done, get them off your plate. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you back here tomorrow morning, and we'll talk some more. Bye-bye. Thank you.